I wanted to show you how I put labels on my ink pads. So Google Distress Color Palette Labels and you will find the link to the most current, let me pull it up here, Ranger Distress Oxide or whatever kind of labels you need. That's what I have it labeled as, but they have on Ranger Ink's page how to organize your products, and underneath the different type of products here you can click on, like under Distress Oxide, you can download their color chart, and that's what I have done here. So I have my rectangular marquee tool selected here, and I'm about on my last one, so I'm just going to highlight the color. Actually, I didn't do a very good job on that one. Let me start over. I'm just highlighting the box, selecting the move tool, and I'm just dragging and dropping that over here. I like to do a couple of these at a time, and I only have 5 of these, but I'm going to be ordering the lumberjack plaid, so I'm going to go ahead and do these all at the same time. I have these other 5 all here though. So what I'm going to do is print these out on a 4x6 piece of photo paper, and I'm going to show you this process on my desktop. What I do is I use double-sided sticky tape on the back, and then I will trim and cut that out and swatch these out. But I just thought it'd be a fun little video to share with you guys. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to swatch out my inks. I have my labels printed here. So what I use is this double-sided sticky tape from scrapbook.com. I have it in 2 sizes. I have 2-inch and 4-inch. So, and I will link that for you. What I'll use is I'll use a strip here and a strip here. It's not quite the way I space these out. It won't work the other way. So I will trim. It's very, very sticky stuff. So I'm using my non-stick scissors there. I'm just going to hold it up to the light here so that I can make sure. Sorry, of course I cut it really unevenly. I just want a nice even edge there. So I'm just kind of holding it up to the light so I can see, and I'm just positioning it on the back of the photo. Apologize for this cold. And I'm just going to do that to both sides so that they're completely covered with the double-sided sticky tape. And I could cut these out with my scissors. Oftentimes I'll just use my trimmer so I can just do them all kind of at the same time. And I don't think that they need to be super tall. Like, I can afford to trim off a little bit. Okay, so now that those are all finished, I can take my inks. Oops. I accidentally threw that one away, my bad. So I'm going to set that one aside up on my desk. And then all I need to do, I'm just seeing if it is maybe slightly too tall. So if I do need to trim it, I'll just take my scissors I'll go slightly thinner. Didn't trim quite as smoothly as I hoped. That's seriously the stickiest stuff in the world. Okay, and then the beauty of it is it's already sticky. So then we just peel off the back. And then I have a nice label. I keep mine in a stack like that, so when I need it, I can just read it and see it on my desk. I have a feeling they're all going to be a little too fat. Probably. Should have trimmed a little thinner. So for the rest of these, I'm just going to use my scissors to trim them a little bit thinner height-wise, and then I'm just going to attach them, so I'm just kind of jumping through the rest of them. There, I'm just kind of showing you how handy it can be when you see all the colors, like those are all pinks, and you can see the labels of what the true color looks like, and I've stamped these down and then held them up next to the label, and it's really close. So it helps to know that my printer is printing the right colors and how close they are. So here I'm finally getting to them swatched. I will recommend, if you're doing several at a time, using the same stamp to make sure you're going with your lightest ink to your darkest ink. And I was just double checking my format for how I label them. I always put the brand on the left, the type of ink in the bottom middle, and then the color on the right hand side, because some are oxides, some are dye inks, some are different types of inks, of course, so that way I know what they have. So I'm just kind of course speeding through here. Sometimes I get a good stamp on one coat, sometimes I feel like they're a little splotchy and need 2 coats, which you'll see. I'm just using Stays-On ink remover and a paper towel. That seems to be enough to wipe the oxide ink right off of the stamps. It just kind of sits on there, doesn't really dye the stamp like a dye ink will. So I'm just getting these all swatched out, and then I'll get them added into my system. So I use, and I'll link another video for you showing this more in detail that's already on my page, but I use 6x8 2x2 pocket page protectors, and that has made a huge difference for me in keeping myself organized and getting this actually done. So sometimes if I just buy one ink, it's easy enough to add it one at a time. Or if I have several at a time, of course, then I'll do this. I don't always have to put labels on other brands of inks, but I always try to swatch them out and get them added into my booklet, as you can see here. So there I'm just adding the pinks in, the greens I've already had to go onto the back page based on the different brands. I was kind of looking to see if I wanted to rearrange them, but since I was videotaping, I decided if I wanted to do that, I could do that at another time. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye for now.